All right, I wasn't quite ready to go at 12:05, so I started at 12:04 without the headphones. Now I've got the headphones on, and there should be audio. Um, as you can see, I came in here to start Doug's Sting for this morning at noon, and he's moved it to 2 days, which is really ironic because at about 11:30, I walked away from what I was doing, went out to the garage, and just did a little bit of busy work just to ease my mind a little bit. That's kind of ironic. So it looks like Tony Waddle's here, BH Ringer's here, Rick Lakes is here. Good morning, good afternoon. Good morning to most of you, good afternoon to some of you, or at least one. Let's get the show on the road. Um, what have I been doing this morning? Well, this one today is called, uh, what did I call today? I'm so turning into Doug. So today I called this one Start the Project I've Been Asked to Do. Daily Debacle number 50. And it's been 50 days already. And I'm going to verify that later on by going back and actually seeing when the very first one was. I ran Benchmark earlier today. I was just curious. And according to the professor, these are really good numbers. So we're going to let that go at that. What got my day started was I brought up this thing Doug sent me so I could glance at it again and see if I can do this. And I really think I can do this without purchasing anything in Davinci Resolve. So I brought this up on another monitor, and then I started Davinci Resolve um, right here. And as you can see, I've already brought in the media. And then I just sat here with the ever popular and famous deer in the headlight look. Or I could do something interesting right now and do this. See if this is going to work. Kind of awkward dead silence for a minute. So I could literally actually just turn that off and only my little self and that's going to show up. And that's kind of how I felt initially looking at this. So I'm going to turn Daily Davinci back on, turn this back off. The other thing I was thinking about doing is I noticed the other day when I was watching the replay that my camera seems to be a little big. That's not it. That's interesting. Um, wow. I wanted to change. Okay, that's cool. I wanted to I wanted to change this again. I got the wrong one. Um, see if this is it. Oh, there we go. So kind of wanted to move some things around. And I also noticed the other day this was not picking up the full screen when I did my recording. So I've got to go look into that. I'll go with this for right now. Plenty cool. So initially what I did was I came up here and I Control Alt and I brought all these down at once. And as you can see, that's not working. Or maybe it is. I just got to give it time to get there. So bring them down one by one. And I lined them all up. should be 5, should be one more. I think there's 6 total. Yeah, there are. So I did this, and then I'm like, okay, which one would be the one Doug would want to start with? So I'm going to go ahead and kill the audio. Don't need it. And I thought, which one would be the one Doug would want to start with? So I haven't really decided which one yet. And I thought, okay, how do I get that one effect? Well, I created a fusion comp right here. I think this is it. Or maybe not. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is my slide. I think this is. So I'm going to open this in Fusion and go from there. So I thought, well, the first thing we're going to need is we're going to need a background. So I grabbed a background and connected those. Well, I'm having just a good old time with this. And then, since I know this is going to get really involved, I'm going to bring it all the way down to the bottom. And that's literally going to be my baseline. So then the next thing you need to do is you need to say, okay, we're going to bring down a media. And then in the media, I noticed in the photo slide Davinci Resolve that they have borders, and they're actually DVE. So I hit space shift. I had already practiced a little bit, or played around with this, I guess is a better word, and brought up the DVD. So with this highlighted, I'm going to add a DVE, and then as you see, it pops up over here, and this goes away. So, okay, that's kind of what I want, but kind of not what I want. So I want to add this to the background. It should do the merge, and it does. Yay, something went right. Well, something actually is okay. I want to change this color, and I'm just going to make it about there. Grab this little slider and make it about right. I don't know, somewhere in there. And then I got to look at it, the one Doug sent me, and it has a different background across the whole thing. I know it can be done. I've just got to go research how to do it. To continue, I want to go into DVE. Wait a minute, this isn't your typical DVE. Is that because it's in Fusion? And I'm going to say probably. Now let me demonstrate that. I can move the DVE. Okay, I can also resize the DVE. I can move it. All right, that's cool. That's the basics. I got that. I cannot change the border right here because there's no place in here to do it. So I'm clicking around. I went to masking. That made no sense. Settings always makes no sense. So I went back to here. And that was about the time I said, well, I'll get out of this. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go back to Edit. And I'm going to see if I can literally get these things out of my way. I want to work with this one. So I'm going to space shift and it plays it. So that was horrible. That did not work. I'm going to go back to the beginning. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to go to effects. I'm going to see if I can add a DVE into this. And I can. Okay, this is good. This is good. Because now what I can do is I can go into the effects of the DVE and I can change the border and I can make the width, I can crop it. And right now it's cropping the whole Fusion compound, which is fine. But more importantly, what I can do is I can change the color to white, which is what the color in the things were. And then I'm pretty sure I can change the size. I can round this like that. But I was thinking somewhere in here there is a means of making the size bigger. So I'm going to go in here. Looks like 1's the default. I'm going to put in 3.0, and it kind of made the sides go away, but it didn't really make the border that much more wider. So I'm going to double click this, put that back to 1, and you'll see that the border comes back here. All right, cool. Yeah, I got some work in front of me. I really do feel I can do this. So I'm going to right click this now and open it in the Fusion page. Still the same, no change. All right, that's cool. I can live with that. Let's experiment with this one a little bit. So while I'm on this media, can I do anything with this? And it looks like I cannot. Maybe I can. And I noticed too in the thing Doug sent, they're all stills. I'm doing this with MP4s. I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen. So I'm going to go to the DVE because I can't do anything in the picture. I'm going to move it off the screen completely. I'm at my 0 point right here. I'm going to keyframe it. And I think I want that one to be where it's at for now. I'm just going to go to position or frame number 100. And I'm going to grab this and I'm going to bring it out all the way to here. And that should keyframe that to there. And then because I'm not really 100% sure, I want to add a blur at this particular point. So I'm going to go find a blur node, or while I'm here, shift space, type in BLU for blur, highlight it, add, puts the blur after it. I want to blur this. Let's go into the blur now, and let's change the blur size and see. Oh, there we go. Kind of has the effect I saw on Doug, so that's cool. So do I want to blur? Yeah, I actually want to blur right there, and I think I want to blur it right there. Cool. So step 1A, B, C, D, E, F is kind of completed. If I were to bring this one back over and grab the playhead, they slide in and then they blur. So kind of, sort of, I'm getting it. My first goal I want to get is I want to get the border about the same size, obviously the same color, make the background change, and then go from there. And then blur it out, bring in another one. So that's what my goal is. That's going to be, oh, excuse me, that's going to be the finished product. So, oh wow, somehow I got breakfast on my t-shirt. Only I could accomplish that. So let's go see what this looks like over in the edit page. Hopefully I still have the faithful 3 still here. So we're going to jump back to edit. We're going to go to the beginning. We're going to hit spacebar to play it. Oh, it did not go off the screen and it stayed blurred. I don't like that. So for right now, I'm going to get rid of all this. That's just noise in the background I don't need. I want to really focus on attempt number 1 with this Fusion compound. So I'm going to click on that, go to Fusion, and we're good to go. Now, why is that not? I'm pretty sure I thought I keyframed that. Maybe I didn't do I have to keyframe this? I shouldn't have to. Let's go back to here. Make sure I'm at the beginning, which I am. Oh, this is going to be fun. So go back to this. I did keyframe that. I keyframed the DVE. So why is that not starting there? Interesting. So I'm going to clear this keyframe. Now there's no keyframe. No white, nothing. So I'm going to take this back off the screen. I'm going to keyframe it right there. I'm going to go 50 this time. I'm going to bring it right there. And I'm going to go up to 100. You can see this is going to be a long, lengthy process. Bring it out to here. And then see if that works right there. Nope, it's not. It's staying right there. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, I'm cool with this. All right, I'm okay with this. I'm really okay with this. This is just going to take me a minute to figure out. So I'm going to get rid of the blur, but I'm not going to get rid of it because I know at some point in time I want that blur to work. I'm going to bring this back down to my merge. Then I'm going to go back into the DVE, see that it is keyframe, go back to the beginning and hit play, and it still doesn't move. Why is it not moving? All right, so step number 1, figure out why that's not moving. So get rid of the keyframe. Keyframe is gone. So I want to move, this. Do I want to DVE it in here? Or do I want to DVE the whole project out there? All right. No, long dog. There was no Doug today. Doug is taking a bit of a break, he said. He said he'll see us Monday. So that's fine. I'm not real sure which one that was, so we'll experiment with Tim right here. Now, I don't think there's going to be any audio at all, so I can actually unlink these and go ahead and get rid of it because I don't think I want the audio. Then I'm going to go ahead and link it back just in case. So I want to clean this up a little bit. And how do I do that? Well, if I zoom that out, that's going to be too big. That's pretty good there. And if I do that, that looks horrible. And then do that, that's pretty good. Now, can I DVE this? Go into effects, bring my DVE down to this. Ah, he says, aha. And go into effects. I'm going to go into border. And I want to bring the width down to there. And I want to change the color. And then I want to figure out how to change the size, the border size itself. I'll get to that later. Let's see what perspective does. I move it down, I get nothing. I move it up, I get nothing. So I don't see what perspective does. Does it mean anything? Ah, but I bet if I go into here, now, Can I do anything in this? Well, that gets me the whole thing, though. I don't want that. I do not want that. So I'm going to go back to here. I just want to change the size of the border, but I'll come back to that later. I know it's not rotation. It's going to be in here somewhere. Unless it's on drop shadow, which is possible. I don't think that's drop shadow. Let me look at it.
Audio Jungle.
No, it's not drop shadowed. Okay. Yeah, I'll come back to that later. What I want to do now is I literally want to keyframe this. So position 0. I want this off the screen. I'm going to keyframe it. And I'm going to come up here to about, oh, really? I'm going to come up here to about halfway, and then I'm going to bring it back out. It's about right there. Keyframe's automatic. If we go back, that'll disappear. We play that, and that works. Awesome. So that worked. Yay. Part 1 sort of kind of accomplished. I have it DVE'd. I have it moving off the screen, from off the screen to on the screen, and it'll stop and stay there. Now, part 1 done. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate the T-5. This one might go a little bit longer. I might actually take up Doug's time and my time, because this is what I'm going to do most of this afternoon. Aspect seems a little bit stretched. Yeah, a little bit, a tad bit. Actually, I just noticed too, I do need to bring border down a little bit, and that's cool. So now, can I blur this in here at this point? I'm going to go shift space. Oh, can't do that. I should be able to do that. Maybe it's alt space, control space, alt space. No, that's not it. I just do it the good old-fashioned way. I'll go into effects, and then I'll go in here to search, and then I'll go to I don't want to look in titles. Probably not going to be a transition, but I'm going to look, and then I want to search for a blur. Blur dissolve. There we go. I'm going to bring this down. Ooh. All right, we're going to play that. Going to bring it out. Doesn't play it. Interesting, it doesn't play it. Why didn't it play it? Because of the blur dissolve? Is that the reason why that went away? If that's the case, Control Z. Back to the media pool. That's still there. Why is it black all of a sudden? That's cool. Photo Mix Media joins us. Wintermute joins us. Jeff Ryman joins us. Everybody. Speedy C joins us. So everybody's not used to the fact I took Doug's time today. This is interesting. I just went and added a simple... Unless I did something over here, I don't... Oh, I did. Did I enable the shadow? I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. Cool. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Wow, interesting. Very, very, very interesting. I should have brought back my photo itself. It's kind of blowing my mind. It did not. This will be take 2, 3, 4, 10, whatever it is. Really? Nothing like doing this without any practice or rehearsal at all. Go to effects. This is what I want. First thing I want to do is kind of zooming. This ain't going to really help. I mean, it does. It gets rid of all this stuff down here. By zooming in, I get rid of all that, both top and bottom. But I'm not real sure that's what I want to do, because it does throw it a little bit out of perspective. But I don't want all of this down here in there. So, is this project going to be done anytime soon? Very doubtful. Very, very doubtful. All right. We'll start this all over again. Let's try something else. Can I put that back to normal? What if we cropped up? Okay. And what if we cropped down? Okay. What if we crop from the right? Well, that one's going to be tricky, because that's real. I mean, that's like real. Same thing with the left. It's like right. It's like 0.00000 something. So I'm going to leave that as is. See, Winter Mute and I think a lot alike. I just cropped it from top to bottom, and he just suggested about the same time that I crop from top to bottom. So that's a good call on his part. And then I got to figure out, but that's not, yeah, I think that's fine. I'll leave that like that. All right, so that solves that problem. Now, I want to add a DVE to this. I'm going to bring it down there and DVE it. Go into the effects. Come down to the border. And the border width is fine, side to side. I need to bring the height down to right there. But then I also think he wants this to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to have to work on that. And I don't know. Yeah, it's too big. All right, so I'm going to put this back to normal. Yeah, that's just too big. Somebody mentioned snow. Oh, Rick says it's snowing again there. Yeah, keep it, Rick. You can have it. So, excuse me. First thing I want to do, second thing I want to do, 14th thing I want to do is I want to make this white for the border. That's fine. Then the next thing I want to, at least want to accomplish one thing today. And if nothing else, that one thing is going to be at frame 0. I am going to take this completely off the screen. I'm going to keyframe that there. At the halfway point, I'm going to bring it back on the screen. And for now, it's just going to take the whole screen, and it should be keyframed. And then from there, eventually I'm going to need it to go away. So I'm going to go there, and we're going to make it go completely off the screen. So that should be keyframed. That should start off the screen, come onto the screen, briefly stop, I hope. Oh, it didn't. I gotta keyframe that. Okay, that's cool. So that's that. That's at least part one, sort of, kinda. So I gotta bring this to right there. I'm gonna make a 1, 2, 1. Keyframe it again, although I bet you I gotta redo this whole thing. Start it again, play it again. It's gonna slide in. It did what it was supposed to. Now, supposedly, you can click right here, and this is the keyframes. But I don't see the keyframes popping up. So let me see if I can. I don't see those. So I'm going to off-click on that. I've seen a video where you can actually do that. I'm going to make this like bigger. Not that it really makes any difference, because I probably can't. I can't. So why? I can right-click it. That's for the whole thing. That's not for this. I want to see the keyframes. Well, at least today it's showing everything. There's the inspector. Well, no, there's not the inspector. Oh, yeah, there's this. No, there's not the inspector. It's not showing the inspector. I got to change something. I need it to show the inspector. 3 buttons. Video. That doesn't show it either. I'm going to open this in Fusion just for the fun of it. And I'm going to see something here. Yeah, that's not what I want. So this is fun. Oh, but I do have the option in Fusion to hit keyframes right here. And then it shows me the keyframes, and I want keyframes for media out. I lost it. Let's go back to the inspector. Then let's go back to keyframes. Go back to keyframes. It's not there. Oh, geez, this is going to be fun. Might spend the $11 and just do it that way. No, I'm not going to, actually. I want to figure this out on my own. And you can't control Z out of this, because I'm trying to control Z out of this and I can't do it. Got some audio in there. I thought I took the audio out. Anyway, gonna go back to here and play it. That's interesting. By doing what I did in keyframes, it got rid of them. Yeah, actually, Long Dog, you're pretty close to correct. What you do is keyframe it, keyframe it, keyframe it, and then when you want it to stop, you literally just spread the next keyframe out so that it stays right there. I do know how to do it. I'm just not. Whenever I do this stuff live, it never goes right. And that's fine. The bottom line is, as long as I get the end product done, That's really all that matters. Um, so, and I don't mind doing this right now, showing you guys it clearly. Now, why is that not playing? Seriously? There we go. No, this is the East, not main auto channel. That'll be my 7th channel. Me working on cars. Oh, good Lord, that will be horrible. And crop that down again. Crop the bottom up. All right, that's good. Then I'm going to see, this is showing it's already got effects on there. So I wonder if Doug has done something to this already. That's not a big deal though. I'll figure it out. Let's see what the binoculars look like. No, we won't use binoculars. So I was just wanting to see. Or let's see what the warp looks like. Guess the warp doesn't do anything. All right, so did it put the warp in there? No, it did not. So let's crop the bottom now back to where we were at. Then I'll grab the DVE, put that on there. Go into the effects, the border, and we want the height to be down. Yeah, I'm going to have to make that bigger and not lose the size. That's going to be fun. Settings, there's nothing in there. Go back to controls. Cool. Greg got his 500 gigabyte solid state drive for his son. I got my cable last night as well. I forgot to tell everybody that. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's 10 foot. It works just fine. Currently, it's plugged into the USB hub, and it works just fine. See if that fixed it or not. I'm going to hit play. Going to scroll on. Did not stop. Doggone it, what did I do wrong? I seen that. I saw that last night, late last night. I was cruising through some things, and I saw where Kroger was actually doing that. I didn't read the article, but that's very interesting. So I'm going to go Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Then I'm going to take this over here. I'm going to keyframe that right there. I'm going to bring it right here. I'm going to bring it out. I want it to stop right there. I'm going to go back and play it. And it's going to go right there, and it will stop this time because it doesn't go any place else. So that's good. That works. So now we're going to stop that. We're going to take this back to the 426 mark, I believe it was. I think that's where that one was at. Yep. So I'm going to go back to 426. Now I don't want it to move. I know I have to add another keyframe so that it stays. There's got to be a way to open up the keyframes themselves. And then all you do is you take that keyframe and slide it. I mean, I've not ever done it. I got to mute my microphone. Excuse me, I didn't get my microphone muted. I knew I couldn't control that sneeze, so sorry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and at the 4:30 mark or 5-minute mark, I'm just going to make one slight little change here from 4:45 to 4:47, and then I'm going to move this out all the way. For now, this is a cheap way of doing it, and I'm going to take that off the screen. So now if I play this again, it's going to slide out. And there you go. Nobody notices that I actually moved it. So Wintermeat says then, let me go back, go further along timeline after it stops. Yeah. That's basically what I did. And again, you and I think a lot alike. By the way, I saw this morning where there was a shooting in Raleigh. I'd like to get with you somehow on that. That's basically what I did is I got it to 426. I don't know if you guys can see these numbers over here in this area or not, but I got it to the 426. I stopped it there, and then I went to the 5-minute or the 5-second frame, whatever. I don't even know what them damn numbers are for, but anyway, and I re-keyframed it. You don't notice it, and it's good. So that's cool. So I actually did accomplish one thing today, and that's cool. So now what I want to accomplish is, what have we got? 10 minutes till, let's see, how long have I been rambling on here now? Oh, 43 minutes. So Doug's half hour, my half hour. I still got a little bit more to go. Let's jump over where we're at in this. All right, cool. Yeah, it's got the brief pause. That's good. I like that. So we're going to stop it, go back to the beginning. I'm going to jump over to Fusion, and there's my keyframes. Yay! Good for me. I don't want the keyframes now, though, naturally. When I don't want them, they're there. When I want them, they're not there. But now I can go in there and find those keyframes and space it out even longer if I wanted to, but I'm okay with how that looks. That's fine. So I'm going to kill the keyframes, and I want to work with this. This is real basic. Media in to media out. You start, you finish. So let's put a background behind it. That'll be fun. Grab the background node and merge it into here. And you see nothing happens, or did it? Let's change the color just to see if it actually changed. And it did not. So that's not cool. Let's take the background. Let's disconnect this. Let's connect the background to here. Oh, the background works. Yeah, I've done 2 things right today. I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. See everybody tonight. No, now I want to put that image over this background. So I'm going to take the image and I'm going to plug it into the background. And lo and behold, we have nothing. All right, that's cool. Let's reverse the process. Let's go back to the way I originally had it. Put the background in here, although that shouldn't be showing. And then if I connect this to that, does it add a merge? It does not. So let's, geez, think, brain, think. This is simple. Put that there, put that there, put that there. Connect that to that. You have your background. Now you want to add this to your background. Does that put a merge? Oh, it does, but it takes away the background. Ugh. Can't have everything, can we? So what if we put it in the garbage? Doesn't work. Okay. Well, there's my background. I want to put this over, which is right there. I go back to there. I don't have a background. That works. That's cool. Oh, what is this? No clue that was going to be me, seriously. It takes the play. Oh, I like that. Oh, you know what? An interesting discovery there. Um, quite by accident. So starts out with Doug and me, and then it changes over to, that's not the effect he wants, but I kind of like that. So I'm going to go back to Fusion, and I'm going to get the daggone stupid background to work, if nothing else. So I'm going to get rid of these two because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm actually going to disconnect that because I want the background. And I got to remember how to do this. You have the background, and you want to put something in the background, on the background, in the foreground. You have to do that with the merge. You have to do that with the merge. All right, so just for learning purposes. Thank you, Tony. All right. Now, if I could take this text and put it into the background, it's not. It's not on top. Take the picture, put it in the background, and it takes the place of the text. So what if we take the media, put it into the text, take the text and put it into the background? If we go back over here, it takes the place of the picture. Now, is the picture gonna come back? Nope. All right. That's good. I would much rather do this and spend hours watching videos trying to figure this out, because if I do that, I'm really not learning anything. If I do it this way, I hope that I'm actually learning something. At least that's kind of the plan. So if I do this, that's good. Now if I take the text and put it over the media, there we go. So why is this not working for the background? That's kind of cool. So now let's disconnect this. All that goes away. Let's grab the background. Media, background, same, it's an image. Same, haven't used that in years. Oh, lo and behold, now I have two things accomplished. Oh, this is scary stuff right here, ladies and gentlemen. Do I dare try to get the... Okay, so disconnect this. Put that over there. Put that over there. Oh, this is scary. I do not understand. Oh, frustrating. Frustrating. So if I plug this into the merge, this works. If I plug this into the merge, it doesn't work. Why is that? Why is this not functioning? Simple concept. You take a picture, it shows the picture. You bring the text in, put it on top, it works. If I go back to here, what plays? Okay, this is good. Possibly Wintermute, you might be onto something. It is possible. It is very possible that the background and the media is the same. That's a good catch, good point, good observation. Let's see. So yeah, the media is 1920 by 1080, and the background is 1920 by 1080. So it's there, but it's not. Both the same size. You got something that's 1920 by 1080, and you're trying to put something that's 1920 by 1080 on it. That does make sense. That does make sense because the text obviously is a doggone it. Oh, it's 19. Okay, so that's weird. That's 1920 by 1082, but it doesn't take up the whole space. All right, so how do I... Right. So how do I do this? This will be the last thing I try to accomplish today. I really want to get this right here. I don't care so much. I mean, this is good. That shows me the principle's correct. You take a source, put something over it, merge it, and it comes out like it should. That's cool. Move that out of the way for now. Theoretically, I always thought, from what I was watching, you always started with the background first to get your baseline, and then whatever you wanted to add into it, you merged it on top of that. But then that's going away. So what is the deal here? There we go. So what if we get rid of this merge and just put this media into this merge, and then go back to the media itself. Actually, now we got to do that in the merge and change the size, and that's what it is. Good catch, Wintermute. Very good catch. What happens if we go back and look at it over here now? That's what I was afraid of. This will take me some time, but I will get this done. And I'll be upfront and honest with you guys. I'm sure I will go watch at least one, if not two tutorials, because the first thing I need to remember how to do through a tutorial is how to make the background color here transition to different colors as it goes across, and it can be done. I've seen it done. I just don't remember how to do it. Oh, I'm an idiot. Greg, don't say anything, please. I'm going to go into effects. I'm going to go into generators. Sure I am. Why is this not working? Video, audio. Why is my generators not working? Oh, because I got blur. I'm searching for a blur. Oh, I don't need to watch 5 or 6. I'm sure 1 or 2 will do it. I have no doubt in my mind. 1 or 2. All right. That's why. I'm trying to do all this in one spot, and then I remember if you put a background color underneath it, the background stays. See, I've learned something. All right, it's 1 o'clock. That means I got about 35 minutes before I've got to take Mrs. K to work, and then I'm going to get right back on this. I may bring Carrie up later in the background, but right now I've got some other things that I'm really watching in the background. I appreciate every one of you guys. Rick Lake, Wintermute, Long Dog, Greg Guy, Jeff Ryman, Tony Wallow. And did I leave anybody out? Let me scroll back through chat and see. Looks like Speedy C. I did. Sorry, Speedy C. Photo Mix Media. Sorry, Jose. And I did mention Jeff, Wintermute, and Long Dog. So thank you, gentlemen. Wintermute, thank you as always for your suggestions and your observation. We may have to change it from L&K Productions to L&K and W Productions. I don't know. This is how, specifically for Rick, this is how I would suggest you do what you're wanting to do. Open it, mess around with it, get frustrated, get whatever, upset, walk away, come back, because eventually it clicks in. I will get this project done for Doug, and right now I do not intend to buy the effects package. I'd like to look at the effects package, but I don't want to buy it. So, Sean just sent me a message. Good, because I want to have a chat with Sean. So I'm going to go. Thank you, guys. I'll see you tonight. Hopefully, let's just say 11 o'clock. If I go earlier, I go earlier. This is the Doug Betts Screen Blur Screen project that I've started, and I will continue it. On a side note, can you believe I've been doing this for this is the 50th episode of Daily Davinci. There's now Daily Davinci Debacle. I can't either. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate your support. More than you'll ever know. Have a great afternoon. Where's the day I go on camera? It's over here somewhere. Bye, guys. And thanks.